Salvete omnes, Fravo from here. There's a lot to say on this 5th of July. Lots of events have come and gone that have huge import in our lives. So, as I continue with this series of commentary, to which few, I'm sure, will heed, I'm just going to try to hit them as they come to my mind, because I am not in this for money. I don't want to be part of Trad Inc. I'm not interested in recognition. I'm interested in putting out information to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, so that they can start to learn what they need to learn, what they need to do for the times that are coming. So let's start. The SSPX, Ego sum tertiarius SSPX. See, I'm a tertiary of the SSPX, one of the things that I am. And what we are seeing is just a continuation of the great chastisement which we are in. So there's been within tradition those who want to hold to what the church has always taught, whatever part of the spectrum they occupy. Nothing but Protestant-like disobedience and spalting, right? Spalting, you know what that word means? It means like a rock spalting all over the place, right? That's what you see, breaking off. That's what you see today in today's world. And of course, it's because when you hit the pastor, the flock is scattered, right? We know that from the words of our dear sweet Lord Jesus Christ. Blessed and praised be his name. So, as I've emphasized before, all of you need to understand that God has us in hand, but we must fight the good fight, perhaps even to our own dry martyrdom, meaning losing all of our means of sustaining our life on this planet, and or wet martyrdom, which means if we go along the lines of the Noahide laws, the nowhere to hide laws, that's what they want to do to us. That's all part of the panoply of what's going on, okay? So the society, just like the Archbishop, is walking the razor's edge. And it's the path that I choose to walk because I see that God is acting and doing things all the time in my life and in the lives around me and in the world around me, within the church and without the church. And again, if you start to open up and get off your high horses and everyone calms down and starts to see that all the people within the Catholic Church, the Novus Ordo and in tradition, have their place. Once again, let me remind you all, especially the most contentious and fractious among you, which are especially those who are on their little Hitlerian and National Socialist and Fascist binge, and those who are on their little sedevacantist binge. You guys are the most fractious, and you cause a lot of the problems. Even though you gather great information. Information is good. If you want to go off on those paths, do. I am telling you that there is no political solution, okay? Follow what His Excellency Bishop Richard Williamson kept on trying to tell everybody, is that we are beyond the times of formal organizations. It's time to prepare for the underground church. It's time to prepare for the dark times that are coming. Act locally, connect and network, think of alternate ways of communication, but understand that everyone has a place. I will remind you, as I was started here, I will remind you that the vast majority of proven miraculous Eucharistic miracles happen in Novus Ordo churches. What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that even though the Novus Ordo rite is intrinsically displeasing to God, that it is illicit, it can be valid and often is valid. And let's talk about holy orders of all types, from bishops down to the clergy. It's also showing you that God is allowing or let's say he is empowering through his divine will, through divine providence, that priests are being made priests and bishops are being made bishops, no matter how much it's getting messed up, no matter what the intent often of these people is, because he understands that we sheep, and remember, to paraphrase the good father Isaac Relea, one of my exorcists and in one of the great priests of our time. There's a reason why the good Lord used the metaphor of sheep, because sheep are stupid, and we are stupid, and that includes me, okay? I am not excluding myself from this. We are sinful, and we are stupid. And the Lord is going to provide a way for those who want the faith, even if they're doing it in ways that are imperfect, to be able to find the faith and get the sacraments. And he's giving a message to all of you if you'll just take a look at what the message is. Once again, the vast majority of Eucharistic miracles happen within the Novus Ordo. So I'm going to touch on, what's happened with the SSPX, but let's just say, if you watch what's happened, the Father Palariani has acted prudently, and so has the SPX over the years. They have maintained the obedience where they can, and they have resisted when they have to. They have confronted the church when they can, and they have tried to keep out of controversy when they can. But they are an imperfect human organization, right? Organizationally speaking, just like every other. So you don't look at individuals, you don't look at mistakes. They are acting in prudence. And now, because of that prudence, Father Palariani, the present General Superior, has acted in a correct way. He has done what is necessary for the survival of tradition. And let me remind you, all you sedevacantists and all of you Novus Ordo and all of you people who go to the traditional Mass and other places, you would not have that Mass if it were not for Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre and the Society of St. Pope Pius X, okay? And again, I go to wherever I can find the traditional Mass, and I will go and I honor the bishops and the priests that I meet, and I encourage them and challenge them. And often it is to my detriment, and I become a black sheep, a bielaya varona, as the Russians say, a white raven, because of these things. But we are all under the same house. It is a battle. We are in the fog of war, and within that, there are always problems. I'm going to try to keep these short because, once again, I don't know how to make long ones to make for uploadability. It's not what I'm really interested in learning. I end with this fact. All of the popes of the 20th, 19th, and 18th centuries have made huge amounts of mistakes, even those ones that are saints and blesseds and this sort of thing. The mistakes which have actually led to the slaughter of many, many traditional Catholics. I can point out what I think is Pope Pius XI and the Cristeros. Leo did something similar to several other movements. There's what happened behind the Iron Curtain and all of that. And so it's not clean. It's messy. These are human beings. No matter how many great things they write, they often did really stupid things politically. Why is that? Well, that's because we laymen, whatever our status in life, did not do our job. Our fathers did not do our job. They allowed the enemy to win when they should have fought to the death and pushed back the enemy. We can go back to the Treaty of Augsburg, and it's not the Treaty of Westphalia, as everyone says, when they decided the Protestant Catholic lines, and if you were south of the line, you were Catholic, and if you were north of the line, you were Protestant. They didn't fight to the death on every front. They went along, they got along to go along, or they went, whatever that phrase is. And we're now living the chastisement because of the sins of our fathers, and that stuff is real. So we have the popes and prelates and priests we deserve. We have also the society we deserve because of the sins of our fathers. I'm going to cut off here. Let's see if this will even upload. God bless you all. Avete et pax vobis.